This is Jessica Spears here with the Adarna here on Rock Rage Radio.
Sure. This is William Moore. I'm the frontman, and I'm joined here with Oliver Spencer. He's our bass bombardier.
The Adarna is derived from the mythical phoenix-like bird.
It's from Filipino folklore. I thought the Adarna kind of has some phoenix-like qualities. It kind of rises from the ashes. You can hear it sing. It can cure pain. And then there's some bit in the story about it shitting on, if it poops on people, then it turns them to stone. Yeah, it shit's all over them.
So, saying who's boss, basically, right? It shit's all over them.
Yeah. Well, it's just you got to be nice to the bird. That's all. We guarantee our music won't turn you to stone. Yeah.
You call your genre Jet City Rock?
Yeah. We call it Jet City Rock. It's mostly coming from. I think you've probably been to Seattle before.
No, I actually haven't.
You haven't. See, this is a place to visit. All Rock Rage people should come and visit it sometime just to see it. But we are kind of formed in the on a hill that overlooks the Boeing Field. So Boeing Field is kind of gets this nickname of Jet City from all the jets that pump out every day. So we're kind of in the wake of that. So we're constantly hearing airplanes while we're playing music, and it's interfering with our equipment. And what a perfect way to go and call it genre. So rock and roll Jet City.
Hey, that works. You have done 6 American tours, and you also tour internationally. That you've played for our troops.
Yeah, we just completed our 6th national tour, and we've we did do a USO tour where we played for the troops overseas.
What was the best highlight from that tour, playing for the troops? What did you like best?
I don't know. What do you think, Oliver? It's very hard to say that you're ever going to live up to the standard of a Christmas in Djibouti, Africa, and then a New Year's in Kuwait. These just aren't things you're normally going to say. So that's a nice highlight. There's also a ton of smiling faces that you get to see while you're on stage, and they're so happy that they get to hear something other than country music. So it's nice to please people.
Oh, I bet. Country. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they need bands like you over there. You know. Yeah,
they don't really get much rock and roll. They were definitely shocked. They were like, we thought you might be country, but we're like, you didn't look it, but they always send us country on. Yeah, surprise.
Wow. What was the hardest that you said it's hard to live up to the expectations? What do you think was the hardest aspect? Did you have to go through security clearances or anything like that when you were playing for them?
I would say that I'm sure many of your listeners are probably musicians, and they've done a lot of touring themselves. And touring is not for everybody. You really have to be kind of built for it. You have to be good at being comfortable, because you're probably sweaty and tired, and everybody always wants to party. Now, if you extrapolate that by making it that you're in the wrong time zone, and on top of that, after that, you have to catch a flight and then another flight, it just gets really, really tiring. And on top of that, the general rule is when you're in another country, you don't argue with the customs guy. So you just pay him whatever amount he's saying. Because he can stop you and ruin your entire tour. And so when he says when it's technically a visa-free country, and he's like, hey, that's $100 to get in. You pay the $100 because you're like, there are 1,000 troops waiting for us on the other side of this, and we just got to get there.
Wow.
So we'll figure it out. Well, that was the only nerve-wracking part, but honestly, it was such a great positive experience. Like Oliver was saying, like everybody was smiling all the time, and so grateful. And we want to do it. We're trying to do it as many times as we can to go and get overseas and play for the troops, and that's something we really push for.
That's awesome. I'm sure they're very appreciative, like you said, that they are listening to country. Oh my gosh, we got to make sure we tell them about Rock Rage, although we already do, but just in case, tell them some more, and they can listen to the Adarna. I play your song Superman. I love that song. You also have another song that before that was what's it called? Honestly. Yeah, honestly. And when did you release that?
Honestly was off of our first album, which is our 2012 EP. That was our debut EP. And then since then we released our How Perceptive album, which we released 2015. And then we're looking to go and release an LP either late 2017 or early 2018. So, and that's kind of our discography thus far.
Well, that's great though. You've been doing this for 4 years, correct? A little over 4, and you guys have come so far. Wow, you guys have played what 80 to 120 shows a year at least.
Work ethic, yeah. Gotta keep doing it. Yeah, I think a lot of people. One of our big attitudes that we have is that one that you gotta work with. You gotta work with bands. Like I think a lot of people feel very competitive. Like like you can't work together and. When you're meeting another band, you're watching another show, it's a chance for you to network and meet people and then like-minded individuals who also have similar goals. And then on top of that, you gotta walk the walk. You can talk about all of it. You can't expect someone to come and save you. You can't expect some record label to sweep you up. Those days are just, if you're not 15, it's not gonna happen. You gotta work for it. That means you have to want it more than anybody. You have to be willing to play shows and go where the shows are. And more importantly than anything, we have found that you have to surround yourself with people who are ambitious like you are.
Yeah, you actually beat me to my next question, which was, what advice would you give to an up-and-coming band?
Well, Oliver, what would you say? Most importantly, keep playing, get out as much as you possibly can and play. It shouldn't be about a financial reward. It should be about finding a way to keep your art moving forward, keep the whole band moving forward. Yeah, the money thing will come into play at some point, but just keep going. You have to keep going. We all don't need another pop singer through a computer. We need a good rock and roll band to consistently keep this going for everyone. Yeah. And I would say it is hard the longer you do it to stay positive. And it's important that you remember why you did this and why you got into it. You did it for the love of the music. You did it because you love being in a band and maybe you love rock and roll, or whatever genre you're playing, and don't let, everyone's going to be easily to go and try to dissuade you and naysay, but, you can't be that easy to break. You got to be more stubborn than that, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. You have to have the heart and the hard work together. Although I'm not in a band, but I still support the music scene and work with all the bands.
And if you don't, I understand ambition's not something that's programmed into everybody, but I bet you probably met somebody along the way that is ambitious, and you surround yourself with them. They'll help drive you, and you feed off them, and they feed off of you. I mean, if you're around a bunch of people who are just like, no, we can't do that, and I don't want to play shows because I don't know, it's too far away to drive or something like that. And yeah, that's not the right people for you to be around. I mean, they're stifling your creativity. You want to be around go-getters, people who are you feed off of each other. That's the best part about being in a band is you surround yourself around people who've got different tastes in music, different views in life, but ultimately, it's about the big idea, which is to go and play music.
Your shows are very high energy, and my understanding is you don't have any backing tracks or pitch correction, so you guys really get to the genuine, pure music.
But we try to walk the walk. So I mean, we've recently started adding an SPDS, so that is something new we've needed because we've been getting longer and longer sets. Just once in a while you need a little intro to something so you can take a breather. But like when you start getting past the 3-hour mark, you need a little breather.
Oh yeah, I would guess.
Yes. So, but definitely not pitch correction. That's really, I understand for the studio that's cheap, but it's become very, very modern nowadays for people to rely on electronics to do their job instead of just focusing on the craft. And that's, if someone who can really wail on a guitar or really can sing really well or slap at a bass, those are people that it's gonna be so obvious that they don't need extra stuff. It doesn't bother you if they use it. It's the problem is when you're like, I really can't tell if it's you singing or the backing track singing or what. That's when it actually, that's when it kind of bums people out, and I think it sets up false impressions of how talented you really could be.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me here on Rock Rage Radio. I have one more question for you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
What is the first thing that you like to do when you come off of tour? Like, is it to see family, or maybe it's to go work out at the gym, or I don't know. What's your first thing that you'd like to do that's not music related?
That's a great question. What do you think? I love to have control over what I'm eating again, being able to cook my own food. And you're right, going back to a gym and trying to stabilize and have a regular schedule again is hard to come by, so I really enjoy that. You would live on the road if you could. I would live on the road every day if I could. The thing that I would say is the hardest thing, and most people have this if they tour, or like they go, I think about your extended when you go on a vacation or something like that. You kind of have this post postpartum depression kind of feeling after your tour or your vacation is over. You kind of go, oh man, it's over, and then you're bummed.
Yeah, I have that feeling.
Really
Every time a music festival's over, I'm bummed.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would say I don't really relish any part of being on tour being over. But I learned to go and say, okay, all right, now to make the next tour happen, I got to do more work. And I focus on the work, writing more songs or more bookings, or going and seeing bands and doing my part to support the scene. So I think I do better on the road myself. But I know that's not for everybody.
I think every band has at least one of their members that's like that, though, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
To balance the differences, you can all come together and bring a different perspective, and that's awesome.
Totally.
So what shows do you have coming up that you're looking forward to the most?
Well, every show is always a good fun time. Right now we've got a lot of regional shows we're playing to kind of make it up. We have some circuits around the area, like Portland to other parts of Washington, northern, eastern, before the passes freeze. And that's so in Seattle. If you ever come, there's a mountain range that we're boxed in by, and as soon as that freezes, tour season is over.
Oh wow!
So then the only gigs you get are fly-out gigs or local gigs. So we try to until the pass freezes, we try to hit everything we can. That's the only negative side about Seattle is that you're limited. Those are the East Coast, where if you're positioned in Pennsylvania, you could have a 360 degrees where you could actually tour to. So if you're like, oh, it's getting really gross up in the New England area, I'll head south, or something like that, or I'll head more towards Ohio or something. That unfortunately we're kind of like, we can either go to the right or down.
Oh wow! Yeah, I'm near Cleveland, Ohio, so I bitch about the weather here. It turns out maybe I shouldn't be bitching so much.
Yeah. No, I mean Cleveland's an interesting city. That played there a couple times, so hopefully we'll get there on the next tour.
Yes, I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Well, we'd love to say thank you to Jessica and Rock Page Radio for playing our music. Thank you from all of us in the Adarna, and we hope you like the next song. Hopefully we can maybe swing by and see you when we come through the Ohio area. Thank you so much, Jessica. Hey guys, Will and Oliver from the Adarna from Seattle. You are listening to Jessica from Rock Rage Radio.